Full Metal Jacket is not only a well-known Hollywood blockbuster movie title, it is the given name to this little metal bobber by its owner, Philippe. Philippe came to Australia 23 years ago, and whilst being a painter-decorator by trade, the strapping pole expat works in the construction industry. It was his time on the industrial sites that ignited his love with things made of metal. At first it was old industrial lamps he would find laying around, but he would take home and restore, and then with worthy lamps becoming more scarce, he decided to start making his own lamps from leftover parts or things he found on site. The lamps are, as Philippe likes to put it, Mad Max. As with the Coldfields vehicles and costumes, the lamps are made from various metals that look as if they have been laying around a scrapyard and just picked up and thrown together with an industrial pop ribbon gun. The effect is nothing but astounding. I've gone all home beautiful on you, but the creative juices were running wild, and now that he had a few of his lamps made and for sale, Philippe was looking for other challenges. One day whilst walking down King Street, Newtown in Sydney, he noticed a bike in a trendy boutique window which caught his attention, and with his curiosity getting the better of him, 6 foot 6 inch Philippe decided to go in and ask the unsuspecting storekeeper about the bike. The bloke's name was Tim. Philippe asked, "I want something like this. What is it?" with his Arnold Schwarzenegger-like accent, in which Tim replied, "A rigid." At the time, Philippe said he didn't even know what rigid meant, and all he knew was it was a Triumph. Tim also suggested that he browse eBay for a bike, but Philippe didn't want to buy a full bike. He wanted to unleash his newfound talents and creativity on a new project, and he now knew what he wanted to create, but now had to find a subject. First thing he did was buy Just Bikes magazine. Philippe admits at the time he was pretty much a novice and didn't know what he was looking at. He did know he was looking for a Triumph, and once he found the trumpies, he would look for the cheapest. In the pages of the magazine, he found what he thought he was looking for, and the price was just right for $2,000. So with magazine in hand, Philippe decided to pay his old mate Tim another visit. He showed Tim the advert and said to him, "I've got this bike I like. Do you know anyone that fixes them?" Tim said he had just the bloke and recommended Pedro Pete from Trojan Classic Motorcycles. Tim rang Pete and asked on Philippe's behalf if he was to buy his particular bike, would he be able to get parts? "Not a problem," Pedro replied. So Philippe rang the owner, only to find the bike was located in Western Australia, and he was worried about shipping. Tim said the bike was too small at 300cc anyway, and a big bloke like Philippe would be better off with something larger, say a 500 or 660cc. Cruising in classifieds, Philippe found himself a 500cc and went back to Tim and asked him to ring Pete again and see if he had parts for his new find. Pete told him to come down to the shop and he would give him a quick lesson on motorcycles. Taking up the offer, Philippe folded his magazine under his arm and headed to Trojan. Once at Trojan, he laid down the magazine on the counter and then pointed out his chosen bike to Pete. Pete knew straight away, just from the picture, that the bike needed a lot of work, but Philippe was determined to make his dream a reality. Philippe rang the seller, who was a dealer from Melbourne. First question the unfamiliar Philippe asked if this bike was a full bike, and secondly, if it worked. Philippe was answered with abrupt No mate, it's a project. At the time, Philippe didn't even know what the term project meant. The dealer wanted $4,500 for the bike. Philippe decided to offer the dealer $4,000, including delivery from Melbourne to Sydney. The dealer jumped at the offer. So excited was the big fella, he bought himself a book and a drum for $500. Then the bike arrived. When the bloke wheeled the bike out of the trailer and first laid eyes on his dream bike, he almost cried. Philippe wasn't the only one in shock. Brutally in the moment, he said, my missus came and said, fuck, this bike going to cost money. I was so embarrassed, I told people I bought the bike for $500. The tank was tied on with a rusty seat. I just ended up throwing straight into the bin and a broken headlight. The handlebars were off a push bike. All I could do was look at it and say, fuck it, where do I start?